Good morning, friends, and welcome back to my channel, Happy Heart Gardens. So it's mid-July, so I thought it'd be a great time to do a little walkthrough of the garden because things are going to be changing over the next few weeks. So I'm down here in South Alabama, zone 9A. So my summer garden starts very early. A lot of these things were planted in March. So really the fact that I still have a lot of these things going at this point of the year is pretty amazing. Normally July, August, September, that's kind of like my winter time per se, because we're so hot. I only grow like a few things that really can tolerate super high temps and humidity and a lot of rain too. But like I said, I wanted to just kind of show you where we're at right now with the end of like the first summer garden, and then in a couple weeks I'll be taking some of these things out, planting some new things, and I will show you that then too. But let's go. Let's turn this around and do the tour. All right, so we'll just do a quick little tour here. Here we have strawberries and herbs and some scallions, and then all of our blueberries. A couple beds here I'm trying to fight torpedo grass, so that's why they kind of look weird and don't have anything in them. I had sage and lavender, which I put them in grow bags here until I'm ready to redo this bed. Probably this springtime. Some more chives. Here we did have some sunflowers, and I have these little baskets to protect from the birds. The birds have just been horrendous this year. Oh my goodness. Just crazy. On this trellis we have, these are I believe king limas. They're coming up on the trellis, looking great, starting to flower, and then we have sun golds and some marigolds on the other side. Still, believe it or not, have some blueberries coming. I don't know if you can see here. This is a little dwarf native blueberry. Get myself a little breakfast snack. I talk more about all my blueberry bushes in another video. And then here is my volunteer peanut bed. I didn't plant any of that. That's where I had potatoes, and these guys just self-seeded themselves from last year, but I'll talk more about that in a whole separate video. And this marigold, believe it or not, can you believe how this is hanging on? These Smart Pot liners really make such a difference, I'm telling you, because I don't water this. This is just all from the rain. So it doesn't look fantastic, but hanging in there. And let's just make our way back to this side. So this is the main tomato pepper bed. As you can see, we added a shade cloth a few weeks ago now. It just helps, especially the peppers. They like a little afternoon shade because we're like in the hundreds now, which is crazy. Now, like I mentioned, normally I wouldn't have a lot of tomatoes right now, but some of them look so good. I think just from staying on top of like pruning and spraying the Arber fungicide has really made a difference. I mean, look at this guy. He looks so good. And some of them still have fruit. So I'm letting them go at least until the end of the month. Then I'm going to see what they look like then, because I'll be leaving. So if they're not doing anything, I'll probably just take them out at that point. But we have peppers in here. They'll keep going. My pizza pepper, love this, one of my favorite varieties. Some basils. I've already taken out some tomatoes that just looked really bad. They were here. This guy's still going too. It's wild. And then on this side we have more sun golds and Cornichon cucumbers. Now these Cornichons, this is my first year growing them. Ideally you want to harvest them like at this size to do the Cornichon pickles or gherkins. However, and I did do that, I made quite a few jars of that. I've been letting them go to like this size, and they've still had great flavor, and we're able to use them more in like salads and that type of thing. Now I'm going to save some seeds from this. That's why this guy looks a giant. And if you want to save seeds, you've got to just let them get as big and funky as possible. I'm sure I'll post more about that another time too. But yeah, I'm saving this guy. And then I got one down here kind of hiding that I'm going to save too. And then just more peppers. You can see here. So the peppers. Oh, what was that? A little frog. Ah. Sorry, little frog, you scared me. Oh my gosh, that was funny. So the peppers, now they will kind of slow down in my extreme summer heat. These guys get a little bit of shade, so they're happy, but they will kind of kick back when it goes down, not so hot, not like in the hundreds. So I just leave all the peppers because I know even if they're slow now, I'll get a second round come fall time. So they'll hang on, not worried about them. On this side of the trellis, we have some sweet potatoes, some butternuts, which are doing nothing, and then some more limas. I think this is a purple lima. I forget the name of it. But I just love how everything's coming up on the trellis. Super fun. Then our flower bed. This is starting to fill in and come to its own. Zinnias and cosmos love the summer heat. You can see them not bothered by these crazy temps. And again, this bag tomato, can you believe this? I just can't believe how they look. Here we have a jalapeno. I need to stake him up. My little chiltepine. This is a native pepper. And then this is sweet bonnet. I've overwintered him from last year, and that's really starting to produce as well. It's loving the heat. In this bed we got our oregano here, kind of covered from the jalapeno. Tulsi basil. So if you ever grow Tulsi basil, I pretty much grow it just for the pollinators. I do need to trim this up though. It's gotten a little crazy. In my garden it flowers very quickly, and then I just kind of keep letting it reseeding itself because the pollinators absolutely love it. It has a great scent as you kind of like go by it in the garden. Super calming. Love that. Here we have some cowpeas and some okra. I'll talk more about them in a second. But just coming back to this bed really quick. A little dwarf basil. This is globe basil. Really fun companion plant. Some more peppers. Ooh, this guy also needs a stake. Those are Cubanelle peppers. You can tell that they're benefiting from the shade cloth for sure. And then we got some more peppers here in grow bags. Another Cubanelle and then a bell pepper there. And like I said, giant marigolds, cracker marigolds, and the sungolds. The sungolds, they don't seem to mind the heat. They are always the first to produce and the absolute last to produce in my garden. And now that they've got to the top with the beans, it's like they're all, the beans are like holding on to the tomatoes. It's super cool. I love just seeing nature work together. Super cool. So any place where I have empty spots, like when I come through in a couple weeks and take out some of these things if I need to, I'm just going to put in more cowpeas because they love the heat. Or if I have a bigger area, I'm going to put in some buckwheat cover crop, which also loves the heat and is very fast growing for if you need like a quick cover crop. So let's come down to this trellis. Here is this zucchini. Now, believe it or not, this is a bush baby zucchini. But he didn't realize that he was a bush plant and wanted to trellis. So it was super long out here into the walkway, but I went ahead and tied it up to the trellis. A lot of these zucchini and squashes that I have left, they're setting fruit, but they're not either getting pollinated or just not happy. I don't know. So that's why if they don't start doing something in like the next week or so, I'm going to take them out before I head back to Pennsylvania. So there'll be a big change here in a couple weeks. And then on this side, we have sweet potatoes, our cushaws, which are winter squash. The plant looks really great, and we've had some fruits, but I've yet to get one to stick. Let's hope this one does. A lot of them, again, just rotting. I did hand pollinate some, but apparently they didn't like that either, so we'll see what happens. I don't know. We got time. Here's a Minnesota midget cantaloupe. That will take the heat. I need to go ahead and get the basket off him and get him going to the trellis along with more sweet potatoes. I got some powdery mildew here I need to deal with. It's constant in this heat. This tomato plant, again, it looks so sad, but now it's like trying to come back. So I don't know. I'll probably just leave it. I should probably put it out of its misery, but knowing me, I'll leave it. And then our blackberries have actually started to flower again and fruit. As you can see, I need to come out and cover up the rest of them from the birds. So that's exciting. I didn't realize that it would do that twice because I already had blackberries like 2 months ago. And then in the rest of this was the Three Sisters bed. These were the Jackson Wonder lima beans. They didn't look great before. I had a lot of flea beetle damage, but I've really been trying to stay on top of it, spraying Arbor insecticide and of course the fungicide, and now they look pretty great. They got a lot of new growth, a lot of flowers, setting pods. So I might actually get some lima beans, and the scarlet runner beans don't look fantastic, but they're hanging on. So we'll see what they do. And then down here, I had planted turtle beans when I took out these corn. The birds ate the first round, so we're on round 2. But I'm going to need to take these covers off pretty soon. They shouldn't bother them now that they're this tall. Let's hope not. But you never know. I love these baskets. They're just so handy for all the things. And swinging back to here real quick, like I mentioned, these are cowpeas. Now these are a bush variety, but sometimes they semi-vine, like you can see here, and that's okay. They'll kind of just stay pretty tidy to themselves. Love the hot weather, make these pretty flowers, and then here you can see it setting the little pod. So lots of varieties of them. You can eat them fresh, you can let them dry. I love cowpeas. If you're looking for something to grow in the heat of summer, I can't recommend enough. And then I also have some okra here growing. I'm kind of late on the okra game, but it's okay. It should catch up, hopefully. And then one last thing, we'll come around to the other side here. The bay leaf has taken over too, or the bay laurel, I should say. Should probably harvest some of this. And then here we just have, again, some more volunteer peanuts, marigolds. I had a lot more. Let me get on this other side. I had a few more cucumbers and zucchini in here, but they've already gone the other way, so I've already taken them out. I do have this one cucumber hanging on and setting fruit, and all of a sudden, these zucchinis that didn't really do anything all early summer now are looking good. So I'm kind of torn what to do with them. I guess we'll just see, like everything else, how it looks in the next week or so. I had more zucchini here and cucumbers that I've already taken out because they were done. My poor calendula, I need to take him out. He's done too. This guy's trying. He's hanging on. So more Tulsi. And then my last round of potatoes that I will probably harvest next week when it gets a little bit cooler. And some parsley that's gone to flower. So yeah, I'm really impressed, honestly, with how everything is looking for mid-July. I normally would not have this many things still producing at this point, because like I said, most things get planted in March, so the fact that they're still going is just wild to me. This is a first, so I'm not sure what's going on, but they are very happy, and I'm happy. And like I said, I'm leaving for Pennsylvania in the next couple weeks, 1st of August, for a while. So before that happens, I'll go ahead and reassess, take out anything that's struggling or just really not going to produce, and in its place, I will put something else. So thanks for doing a quick walkthrough of the garden with me on this hot morning. As you can see, the sun's starting to get over the garden, so it's going to be time for me to get inside quick because I think our heat index real feel is like 110 today, so that is just too hot for this girl. But like I said, the garden is going to change here in the next couple of weeks, so I will post another video before I head back to Pennsylvania about the changes that I've made and any real hot summer things I'm planted. So here I kind of feel like I have 2 summer seasons, if that makes sense. I have like March is when I plant all of like the traditional summer crops, tomatoes, peppers, that type of thing. And then they sort of last until about July. And then I can plant like another round of different summer things, like my real hot summer plants, things like the okra, the cowpeas, sweet potatoes, which sweet potatoes also make a great cover crop. Just more beans, certain kind of beans, noodle beans, not all beans like 90 plus, but some beans do, like noodle beans. I'm not growing any this year, but they love it. What else? Roselle hibiscus. Again, I don't have any of that this year, but that is also another heat-loving plant. And zinnias, cosmos, that type of thing. Oh, and buckwheat. Like I mentioned, buckwheat. So I try not to leave any soil open, especially in the heat of summer. That's why I like to plant in the cowpeas or the buckwheat, that type of thing, or at least cover with a nice layer of mulch because you want to keep that soil alive especially in the heat of summer. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate you all being here. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and give that a subscribe so that you can follow along on all my crazy garden adventures. Happy growing, friends, and see you soon.